Welcome to the Live Wide Open podcast. I'm your host, Randy B. Ramirez, the high performance mentor, and I'm here to lead you to become the best version of yourself. This show raises the bar for all the motorsport enthusiasts. Holding it wide open, it's just what we do. Being a good person is who we are, and living our lives to the fullest is the lifestyle that we choose. Yo, my brother, what limits are you pushing this year? Like, have you set out to achieve some big goals? Have you sat down and think about, yo, what limits am I going to push this year? And I say that because, yo, if you're not pushing the limits, my brother, you're fucking coasting. And coasting, when we coast in life, that's when we go to die. Like coasting on a bike is different. Coasting on a bike, you're throwing it back, it takes skill, you're fucking gliding. But when we're coasting in life, my brother, that's when things start to turn down the dark road. You see, a 1,000 foot stoppie isn't luck. Like, yo, if you ever tried to roll some long endos, if you tried to ever roll any type of endo, any type of stoppie, any type of nose wheelie, my brother, and if you haven't, let me help relate it, you know? It's fucking controlled chaos, straight up. Like, you gotta stay calm while your road is literally tilted forward. Like you come in all gas, and then you hit the brakes, the front brake, and then you go all brakes, and you literally momentum the bike forward, and now you're balancing. That's why I say it's controlled chaos on the front wheel for as long as you can go without pushing the limits of going over. If you go too far over, there's no coming back. That is controlled chaos. That is what fucking rolling a powerful stoppie means to me, right? And so today, in today's episode, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how chasing motorsports, like how achieving, or I should say, how not chasing, how chasing motorsport limits builds you into a wide open warrior. That is the topic today. That is what we're diving into. That is what I've learned in this little season of my life that I'm in, right? That I'm like, yo, what limits am I going to push this year? Yo, what accomplishments am I going to set out to achieve, right? And like, I made it personal, right? And I made it personal, and I made it hard, and I made it something that's going to stretch me. You see, for a long time, my brother, my goal has just been, yo, I'm going to get 1,000 foot stoppies, 1,000 foot endos, 1,000 foot nose wheelies, 1,000 feet that I'm rolling on the front wheel, coasting, gliding. Not some quick pop-up little front wheel moment, like, oh, little 1 second, 2 second. Yo, to roll 1,000 foot stoppie, you gotta literally float on that front wheel for at least 15 seconds. At least. And I mean rolling. I mean locked in. I mean balance point activated. I mean front wheel, front brake lever, your fingers are on precision, your movement, your body, your posture, everything is aligned. And I know it seems like only 15 seconds, but for those 15 seconds is the most controlled chaos that you can get. Literally letting the bike breathe, you letting yourself breathe, you locking in, straight up fucking savage mode, holding it, savage mode. And what's crazy to me is that, yo, this season that I'm in, and I'm not proud to admit it, I've been riding way less than I usually do. Like, way less. I'm only pulling out maybe once every 2 weeks, maybe once every 3. I'm even guilty. Once a month sometimes, because I'm just focused on building my Camaro, right? And so any free time that I got, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go to the Camaro. Yo, I'm gonna go work on the Camaro. So I haven't really been riding as much as I usually do because my spare time has been going into building my Camaro. But the crazy thing that I've noticed about, yo, I'm not riding as much as I do is that, fuck, I might not be riding as much as I used to, but yo, I'm riding with more confidence. I'm riding with more skill. I'm riding with more control. I'm riding with more balance. I'm riding with more grit. It's fucking wild to me. And then like I started thinking about it, and I was like, yo, what's happening? Like I started analyzing the situation. Like, how can this be powerful? How can this be true? How can this be really like showing up in my life? And that's when it hit me. I was like, yo, this happens when you evolve as a man. When your mindset levels up, when your game levels up, when your mind levels up, when your body levels up, when your spirituality levels up, when your relationships level up, when your career levels up, when your passions level up, when everything is firing in fucking order, yo, everything levels up because of it. Literally, like that's what I've noticed. Pushing motorsport limits trains the warrior identity. And this is why I made it one of my non-negotiables. This is why it's a must for wide open warriors to chase the passion category, to make sure that it's hit every day. Because passion makes you feel alive. You see, every time that you chase a motorsport limit, you're not just training skills, because yes, it does take skills. We're fucking pushing some crazy limits. But what it really does is that you're training your character. You literally are. Because your brain is going to scream, yo, that's too risky. Yo, you're going to crash. Yo, you're not ready. Yo, you're not that guy. Are you sure? You fell last time. How the fuck are you going to do that? Like your brain will literally brainwash you into not believing that you can push these limits. And you're either going to shrink back into comfort or you're going to rise into your next identity, into the next movement, into the next version of yourself. You see, like, yo, you want more money? Well, are you scared to sell? You want a better marriage? My brother, are you scared to lead? Yo, you want to be fucking jacked? But are you scared of discomfort? Because it's going to bring a lot of fucking discomfort. You want that next level in your life? But are you scared of failing publicly? Because it's going to happen time and time and time again. Yo, the point here is that motorsports is the proving ground where you learn who the fuck you really are. And that's why I love pushing limits. That's why I love pushing the boundaries. That's how I trained and how I incorporated my motorsport passions into the things that I do every single day to help me evolve into the man that I'm becoming today, that I've become today, that I continue to build. You see, every time that I pull a stoppie, my brother, I'm training my muscle to lead my family. And I say that because stoppie takes controlled chaos. It's literally calm in chaos because you're fucking coming as fast as you can, grabbing as much brake as you can, and balancing that motorcycle on that front wheel for as long as you can, literally controlled chaos. And so when I fucking train for stoppies, I'm literally training my mind for life. Straight up. The balance point is the life point. Like, this is where this episode becomes legendary, my brother, straight up. Like, let me explain to you the balance point. The balance point on the stoppie is that edge where too little pressure from the front brake and bam, the bike drops, right? Too much pressure from that front brake and flunk, it loops. Like if you go too much pressure, you're gonna loop. You're gonna come past the point of no return. You're gonna lose stability. The bike becomes very light, right? And so what happens is that perfect pressure equals a fucking long stoppie. Perfect pressure, perfect balance, pushing things to the right limit equals a long stop, right? Along with other things, but that is the main point here, right? And so in life, let me connect this to life, my brother. In life, we crash because we don't know our balance point. But here's the kicker. I'm guilty of this. How will you ever know where the balance point if you're not willing to push the limits? How will you ever know how far you can go if you never push yourself past your capacity of what you think you can go? You see, look, in your work, you grind, but you neglect your body, you neglect your marriage, you neglect your passions, bam, you fucking crash. Or what about in your marriage, right? You love, but you don't lead. And what happens when you don't lead? That equals resentment. Or what about in your fitness? You go fucking hard, you go hard. Yes, fucking 4 hours of sleep, energy drink, let's go, let's get it. Fucking, what happens is that you go so fucking hard and then you don't recover, bam, that leads to injury. Or motorsports, you literally start sending it. Just fucking, I'm just gonna send it. I'm gonna go. With no precision, guilty, crash. And fucking crash, and that's real life. That shit hurts. You break a bone, you fucking wipe out, you break your bike, whatever the fuck. Your precision equals a crash. And so, dog, a wide open warrior isn't reckless. A wide open warrior, he's refined. He doesn't live scared. He doesn't live stupid. He trains his balance point. Straight up. So when I say that ride less, improve more, that is the fucking power of having intentional reps in your life. Like, doc, I've been doing this game that I call the game because it's hitting my tasks every day, my non-negotiables. I call it the daily build every day for 600 plus days already. 600 plus days. I'm about to hit 2 years on this shit. And yo, at the beginning, it was intense. I was like, oh, how the fuck am I gonna get to 1,000 days? Right? And now I'm at 600 plus days in. I'm like, yo, I can't wait to pass 1,000 days because I'm gonna go for 2. And the point isn't about the 1,000 days. It's not about the 2,000 days. It's not about the 3, 4, 5, whatever it is. The point is to engrave and to do the intentional reps every single day so much that it becomes part of my identity. It becomes who the fuck I am. It becomes how I operate. And so this is huge right here, brother. More seat time equals more skill, right? We all think that. We're ingrained into thinking that this is the truth, right? You got to repeat it. You got to do it. You got more seat time. No, not always. Let me break some truth to you. Skill doesn't come from your time. Skill comes from quality reps. And I could say that because there's been times that I'm just trying to get through the day and I look through my task and I'm like, yo, I just got to hit this and I just got to just do it. And I don't put quality, I don't put intention into that task. And those really don't make the difference. And so when I say intentional riding, right, well, you could have one skill that you're focusing on per session. Right? When you say intentional riding, you're gonna be like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna do fewer reps today, but I'm gonna focus on higher precision. You can have more calmness, less chaos, right? You can log wins. You could start tracking your lessons, right? And so good, we're talking about stoppies, right? So a good stoppie example, at the beginning when I was trying to like really gain some distance for stoppies, right? I just wanted to come as fast as possible because I knew that I could come as fast as possible. I'd have a greater chance of rolling farther. But that I was wrong. The key to the stoppie is the balance point. Getting up high, getting control, being able to control your breath, focused, locked in. When you've learned the balance point, you could start adding speed to it. I did it the other way around. I learned speed and then I throw the balance point into it. And now I'm reversing that. Now I'm got technique. Now I'm rolling better. Now I'm rolling because I've build myself. And so the purpose of why I really wanted to make this message today, brother, is for you to realize and for you to give you an example of that working on yourself every single day helps you evolve in so many other areas of your life. Like you don't need to do one more rep. What you need to do is you need to execute better on the things that you really want to do. See, I used to ride more, but be way sloppier, right? And now what happens is I'm riding less. But I'm locked in. Every time I'm going to ride, yo, I haven't rode for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. What I'm going to work on today? Bam, I'm just working on stoppies, or bam, I'm just working on this, or I have intentional actions that I'm working on. That is the wide open warrior shift. That is how you create less chaos with more clarity by actually having intention on the reps that you're going to do. Straight up. Because less emotion equals more execution. Like, yo, how many times, think about it, how many times have you been emotional? How many times you get all in your feelings? How many times have you been wrapped up and you're like, oh, fuck this shit. And it works when you're hyped, right? Because, yeah, I'm gonna fucking get it done. But then comes to the moment you're not hyped anymore, bam, you don't get it done. Or if you're mad, you're like, fuck this shit, I'm not gonna do this anymore, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And then the emotion goes away and you're like, I was just feeling in the moment. No, bro, fuck that. Don't let your emotion carry you. Don't let your emotion block you. Like, focus on the execution. Focus on letting your ego go away. Straight up. A lot of times, it's our ego that holds us back. When you focus on reducing your ego, on grabbing that motherfucker and punching him in the face, equals more mastery in your life. It really does. And so, my brother, as we wrap up this episode, and I'm working on achieving 1,000-foot stoppies this year, I'm just putting it out there. I will achieve that this year. My question for you, dog, is this. What motorsport limit are you chasing this year, right? And more importantly, let's take this a next level step, right? In your life, dog, what are you done tolerating? That's a two-step question right there. What motorsport limits are you going to push this year? And more importantly, in your life, what are you done tolerating? And so my challenge for you this week is I want you to pick just one limit to push this year. Motorsport and life. Pick one in each category, right? Whether it be, I'm going to learn to wheelie, I'm going to learn to stoppie, I'm going to learn some better track skills, I'm going to go enter a track day, I don't know, I'm going to improve my laps, I'm going to go build the car, I'm going to go ride with discipline, whatever it is for you in motorsports. Then, break that shit down into drills, break that shit down into weeks. How many lessons I'm going to do, how many episodes I'm going to do, how many lessons, how many track time, how many minutes, how many reps. Focus on stacking the micro wins, right? And do the same thing for your life. Because when your life starts gaining momentum and you mix that with your passion category, and you feed that soul the rocket fuel that it needs, whew, my brother, you start fucking flying. No more one day. This is the year, my brother. This is the year. Let's make it happen. Your limits aren't real. Your limits, they're fucking trained. And every single time that you push the fucking edge with control, you become the fucking man who pushes the edge everywhere in your whole life. So the stoppie isn't the goal, right? The man you become chasing the stoppie, that's the fucking prize. Now go live wide open. Let's get it. Yo, I'm slamming the checkered flag deep into the ground, claiming victory for every single wide open warrior who's out there. My brother, this is your wake-up call. Break the chains, step out of the average, and become that badass motherfucker that you were born to be. This Live Wide Open movement isn't just a podcast. This is a mission that God has stamped in my heart, and helping you rise is the purpose I live for. So lock this shit in, hit that subscribe button so you never miss another episode. And you have today's message, and lit that fire in your chest. Don't you dare keep this shit to yourself. Fuel another brother. Send us to another motorhead. Send us to another gearhead. Send us to another warrior who's hungry for more. Because the truth of the matter is that building a better life for your family is non-negotiable. My brother, you've got people who are depending on you. You've got a legacy to create. And those excuses that keep popping up in your mind, they'll never feed the fucking table. So it's time to get up. It's time to lock in. And it's time to get to fucking work, dog. This is your moment. This is your mission. This is your movement. And wide open is the fucking way. Let's go.